The elevator doors slid shut with a soft chime, sealing in the faint scent of coffee, perfume, and exhaustion. Evelyn Park, 37, CEO of Arden Tech, had just survived another 12-hour day filled with decisions that could move markets, but not her heart. Success had made her powerful, but it had also made her lonely. Her phone buzzed again. Board approval at 8 a.m. Investors want numbers by noon. Don't forget the gala at 7. She sighed. Don't forget to breathe, she muttered, slipping the phone into her designer bag. The elevator stopped at the lobby, and as she stepped out, a soft, trembling voice caught her off guard. "Excuse me, miss?" Evelyn turned. A little girl, maybe 7 or 8, stood near the front desk, clutching a small paper bag and staring up at her. Her hair was slightly messy, her coat too thin for the evening chill. "Yes?" Evelyn asked, a touch of corporate coolness in her tone. The girl hesitated. Then, barely above a whisper, "Can you be my mom for just one day?" Evelyn froze. The lobby went quiet. Even the receptionist looked up, startled. "Sweetheart, I think you've mistaken me for someone else," Evelyn said softly. "Where's your real mom?" The girl's lip trembled. She's gone. Daddy says she's in heaven. But today's her birthday. And I just wanted to have cake with her. I thought maybe you could help me pretend." Evelyn felt something crack inside her chest. "I'm sorry," the girl rushed to add, backing away. "You look like her. I shouldn't have asked." Evelyn knelt down, her voice gentle now. "Hey. It's okay. What's your name?" "Lila." "That's a beautiful name, Lila." Evelyn smiled. "And I might have a little time tonight. What did you want to do for your mom's birthday?" Lila's eyes lit up, cautious but hopeful. "There's a bakery down the street. I saved some money from my allowance. I just wanted to buy a cupcake. For her." Evelyn hesitated. Her calendar buzzed again in her purse. The gala. The photo ops. The endless smiling. But looking at Lila, all she saw was a child aching for something she herself had lost long ago. She stood and held out her hand. "Well then, Lila. Let's go buy that cupcake." They walked to the bakery under soft streetlights. Lila chattered about her favorite cartoons, her cat named Noodle, and how her dad worked night shifts at the hospital. When they stepped inside, the warm air smelled of sugar and cinnamon. Lila pointed to a pink cupcake with tiny pearls on top. "That one," she said. Evelyn paid before the girl could reach into her bag. "But," Lila began. "It's my treat," Evelyn smiled. "Moms do that, right?" Lila giggled, nodding. They sat by the window, 2 cups of cocoa steaming between them. Lila lit a single candle on the cupcake and whispered something Evelyn couldn't quite hear. "What did you say?" Evelyn asked gently. "I told Mom I miss her," Lila said, looking down. "And that I met someone nice today." Evelyn swallowed hard. "I think she'd be proud of you." As the girl smiled, Evelyn's gaze caught on something, a necklace around Lila's neck. A silver chain, slightly tarnished, with a small charm in the shape of a crescent moon. Her breath caught. "Lila, where did you get that necklace?" "Oh, this?" Lila lifted it proudly. "It was my mom's. Dad said she wore it all the time. He said it was from college." "Why?" Evelyn's vision blurred for a moment. That necklace, she had made it. 15 years ago, during her sophomore year at Stanford, she'd designed a few moon-shaped pendants for a fundraiser. She'd engraved her initials, EP, on the back of each one. Her hands trembled as she reached out. "May I?" Lila nodded. Evelyn turned the charm over. There it was. Tiny, worn, but unmistakable, EP. Your mom, Evelyn's voice shook. Was her name Hannah Brooks? Lila's eyes widened. Yes. How do you know my mom? Evelyn sat back, memories flooding her. Hannah. Her college roommate. Her first real friend. The one who had believed in her when no one else did. They'd lost touch after graduation. Evelyn had buried herself in work, chasing a dream that felt emptier by the year. And now here was her daughter. I knew your mom, Evelyn said softly, tears forming. She was one of the kindest people I ever met. Lila smiled faintly. She was. Daddy says she helped everyone, even strangers. Evelyn laughed through the ache in her throat. That sounds exactly like her. They sat for hours, sharing stories. Lila spoke of her school, her dad's long hours, and how she sometimes felt invisible since her mom was gone. Evelyn listened, not as a CEO, not as a leader, but as a woman rediscovering what it meant to care. When it grew late, she offered to walk Lila home. The apartment was small but warm, with drawings taped to the walls. Lila's dad, Dr. Aaron Brooks, opened the door, startled. Lila. I told you not to, oh. He stopped when he saw Evelyn. Recognition flickered in his eyes. Evelyn Park? She blinked. Aaron? They both laughed softly, two ghosts from another life, colliding in the present. Aaron explained that Hannah had passed from cancer 2 years ago. He'd been doing his best to raise Lila alone, but tonight he'd been called in for an emergency shift. Thank you, he said quietly. For being kind to her. Evelyn shook her head. No, thank her. She reminded me what kindness looks like. That night, back in her penthouse, Evelyn stared at her city view, the skyline glowing like a constellation. But her eyes weren't on the skyscrapers. They were on the photo she now held, a picture of Hannah from college, smiling under a crescent moon. Beside it sat the bakery's cupcake box, half empty, and a note written in a child's uneven scrawl. Thank you for being my mom today. You made Mom's birthday happy again. Love, Lila. Evelyn pressed a hand to her heart. For the first time in years, the silence of her home didn't feel so cold. A week later, she called Aaron. Would it be all right, she asked nervously, if I visited Lila sometimes? Maybe, mentor her? Or just, be around? Aaron smiled through the phone. She'd love that. From that day forward, Evelyn became more than a CEO. She became someone's safe place. She attended school plays, helped with homework, and taught Lila how to make little crescent moon pendants of her own. And each year, on Hannah's birthday, they'd buy a cupcake, one for the woman they both missed, and one for the stranger who said yes to a small, impossible question. Can you be my mom for just one day? Because sometimes, one day is all it takes to change a life. Moral. Kindness doesn't need grand gestures, it begins in small moments, in saying yes when someone needs you most. And sometimes, fate gives you the chance to become what you were always meant to be. Would you like me to adapt this story into a spoken narration script, with pacing and emotional cues, ideal for a 10 to 12 minute storytelling video or podcast version?